Okay, believe we are live. Just give me a moment or two and I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. So those of you who are watching this live, if you could please put in a little yes in the comment box on the right hand side. If you can hear me and see me okay, I'll be grateful. Okay, hi Victor. Brilliant. Thanks, Victor. So everything seems to be working fine, and let's get started. It's 5 o'clock Monday afternoon in the UK. And hello to everybody. My name is Uzair, and hope you had a great weekend and you already had a productive a Monday morning or Monday day. In today's session, I will be going through setting up a Google Ads dynamic search ads campaign. A lot of you business owners, advertisers, they struggle quite a bit with setting up Google Ads campaigns with keywords and ads and lots of other things which you need to set up. The dynamic search ads in Google Ads is a great way to automate this process. And not only that, it also gives you some amazing results. I've set these up and run on my various client accounts, and they work wonderfully well. So why dynamic search ads and not extended text ads or responsive search ads? So as the name suggests, the dynamic search ad, Google will go out, match your ads to the target audience without you having to set up any keywords. You heard me right. You do not need to set up any keywords. In fact, you don't need to write long ads. All you need to do is to write the description line 1, description line 2, and that's it. Google will do the rest. It'll put up the headlines, etc., and match your message to the audience. So it's a great way to set up these campaigns and run these ads. Super simple, and it will literally take minutes for you to get started. The best thing which I like about the DSA ads or the dynamic search ads is every day about 15 to 20% of new search queries have never been searched on Google before. And Google will then match your ads to these new search term queries, which you may not have even thought about or may have considered. And this is where we can keep evolving our campaigns with new search terms and keep adding them to our keyword list. The only thing which you need to worry about and control is keep an eye on the search term queries and keep adding negative keywords so you don't show your ads to irrelevant search terms if Google is showing your ads to people who may be searching for something else. So let's get started now. I'm going to go to the Google Help Center first of all. And let's go through a couple of things as to what Google says about these dynamic search ads. So as they say, they are the easiest way to find customers searching on Google for precisely what you offer. Ideal for customers with a well-developed website or a large inventory. Dynamic search ads use your website content to target your ads and can fill in the gaps of your keyword-based campaigns. So you run this alongside your normal search campaign and not only just run this one. That's what they're saying, is we are filling in these gaps of those search terms which we don't know about, and they are happening all the time. The other good thing is not many advertisers or your competitors know about this type of campaign, so they may not be running these ones, so you can fish out the good keywords or good search terms and keep running your ads. So the DSA headlines and landing pages are kind of, they are auto-generated using the content from your website. And all you need to do is to write your description 1 and description 2. Okay, so how they show up, you can read a little bit about it, that Google will closely relate to the titles and frequently used phrases on your website. We'll then use these titles and phrases to select a landing page from your website and generate a clear, relevant headline for your ad. Now, please don't ask me what Google is going to put on these ads, because nobody knows what they put. But it does work wonderfully well. It will look at your landing page or your website, and then it's going to run those ads. So in my case, we offer Google Ads, web design, video production, photography, and so on. I don't need to make different campaigns and ad groups with different keywords, etc. All I do is put up 2 lines of ad text and let Google look at my website, and pretty much that's about it, really. So you can also read a bit more about how the targeting works and when not to use these. If your website changes quite a bit, then it won't work properly. So things like if you are offering daily deals and stuff like that. But other than that, to give you a little brief summary of the DSA is you save time, so you don't need to do any keyword research, bids, and add text to each of your product. Plus, the dynamic search ads will help you advertise to new markets faster than any other campaigns you may run. It will show relevant generated headlines with your ads. You can control your ads, capture additional traffic, and the display URLs are based on your final domain, so you don't need to go www.mywebsite.com/Google/page1 or whatever. It will just take the root. It will show the root keyword. Okay, Akina is saying the volume is very low. Can anyone else let me know if the volume is quite low? I think volume seems to be working fine. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on the comment box, but the volume seems to be working fine over here, Akina. All right, let's go into our ads campaign. Thank you, Victor. Okay. So Akina, you might need to adjust your volume up a bit. Thanks. So you go into your interface, plus new campaign. I'm gonna set it up very quickly. We won't go through each and every campaign setup, because I have got other videos on the channel. You can just search them. But this is where I just want to show you how to set up the dynamic search ads. Where is it gone? So obviously I don't run on the display network. Now, this is where you need to just make a little adjustment. So go into your show more settings, and you have your dynamic search ad settings over here, and you enter your domain name and select use Google's index of my website. This is the easiest way to do that. Select your location, your languages, etc., audiences, budget. Not gonna go into the bids, but I want to show you what we do when we go onto our ad group level. And then obviously you got to put in your site links, callouts, etc. At account level, I usually set them up so they run with all my campaigns. Now, you will find that the ad group type is dynamic, which we need. You can put in your ad group name here, and you will see that categories recommended for your website. So when I put in my web URL, it then shows me all these relevant categories, or there might be some categories which may not be relevant. I can check them off and target them. Or another easy way is, a couple of ways, is you can either select a specific web page of your website. So if you want to exclude some of the products or services, then you don't put them in here. So all you do is put the web pages which you want to target. That's it. Or if you want to select all your website, all your services, check that, save and continue. And now you come to your description. So this is where you enter your description 1 and description 2. You can't change anything else. As you can see over here, it will auto generate from the landing page. It will auto generate your headline one and your display URL. And that's all you need to worry about, is to put in these two descriptions, and you save and continue. What I would recommend is add at least 2 ads, so that you can split test. If you are a bit keen, add 3 ads into each ad group and let it run. And that's about it, really. And that's how easy it is to set up a dynamic search ads campaigns in your Google Ads account. You will find that sometimes Google will show you ads for search terms which are not relevant. All you do is put them as negative keywords at account level. Now, what you will also find, there are 2 things which really help with your other search campaigns as well. First of all, you will find new search term queries which you've never seen before or even thought about it. You start adding them into your search campaign and write specific ads for those terms. The other thing, which is extremely important, is also the negative keywords. You will start to find that there are certain search terms which are being triggered by Google and you never thought of putting them up as negative keywords. So then what you do is set them up in your keyword list. Now, what I tend to do is, for my negative keyword list, I set them up at account level like this. So whenever I want to add a new negative keyword, I can add it. Let's say new negative keyword. Obviously, this is my test account, so I'm just showing you, and that is it. So now what will happen is it will apply to all the campaigns. So right now I've got these 70 odd campaigns in this test account. As long as they are this negative list is applied to all of these, whatever keywords I enter here, in one go all these campaigns will look into this list, and those negative keywords will apply to all of them. So that's a great way and a very easy and effortless way to set up your negative keywords as well. So now if you have any questions, please start putting them up in the comment box on the right hand side, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Okay, Victor, you are saying how to set up hands-free Google Ads. It's a great title, catched my attention today to see it live. Well, it is almost 80% hands-free, I guess. You just set up the description and that's it, and let Google do its job. And the good thing which I like about the dynamic search ads is, if you don't know much about keywords and what type of keywords to target. There is no keywords to set up in here, and um, that's why it's so easy. And the other thing which you want to take into account is, okay, there will be some search terms which will start to trigger your ads, so you must put these as negative keywords on a regular basis, and not just let it to run. Like I've seen lots of accounts where nothing is happening. They've just let it to run, and you'll find that the DSA is not working as well as it should. Majority of the times it works wonderfully well. As you said very rightly, that my headline caught your attention, and you need to write ads in such a way which catches somebody's attention and grabs their attention, that, oh, this looks intriguing and interesting, let's go and check it out. That's how you will get the click, and this is why I will highly recommend that you add 2 or more ads per ad group, no matter whether it is a DSA campaign or a normal search campaign. Always have multiple ads in each ad group so that you can split test. Okay, when do you recommend to use this type of campaign? Pretty much all the time. Anytime you want to set it up and run it and try it and see what happens. It took me less than 10 minutes, but it took me 10 minutes because I was showing you guys and I was talking through it. But when I'm setting this up, pretty much in 5 minutes or so, I can be up and running. Is that quick? Only when your website keeps changing all the time, then I would not recommend running these ads. And what I'm going to do is to put this link to the Google Support Center page in the description box after this live stream. Okay, Victor, you have commented, I was thinking to add this campaign to some that already being run just to catch more keywords. Okay, that's something which you have I remembered, and I hadn't said this before, but you need to start from afresh. You cannot change it midway through it. So all you do is just set up a new campaign. Elias, I have tried SCAG in Google Ads, but when I over optimize ads, then Google banned my account. I tried for client who teach shared market trading. Well, Elias, first of all, over optimizing, I don't know what you refer to. If you mean over optimizing the ads is changing the ads every few hours or days, then that's the only thing it comes to my mind. But Google will not ban your account because you are changing your ads very often. It is something different. You may have violated their terms of use, so you need to speak with Google about it. And neither will a SCAG campaign setup will get your account suspended. So it could be something completely different. It's certainly not about optimizing these campaigns. Thank you, Victor. I'm glad that you like that spreadsheet. Yes, I keep things simple, and it helps me focus on the keywords and the ads, rather than just coming in here and trying to create a ad. Stay away from the interface. Set up the campaign, write the ads, revisit, and see if there's any things which you may need to change or may not be right, and then you import them through Google Ads Editor. It's very quick. Okay, hello Mark. What type of products and services are best for this dynamic search ad? I do SCAGs most of the time. Well, SCAGs are fine, and these days, exact match keywords are not exact match keywords. Google will show your ads other than that exact match keyword. So you need to um, have a very close look in your search term queries as to what search terms are being used, or you are showing your ads. The What type of products or services? Pretty much any, really. As you just need a website and web page, and tell Google to index your, well, tell Google to look at your web page, and it's going to show you ads. So the thing which I always say to everyone, try it, test it. Things which may work for me may not work for you, and the things which may work for you may not work for me. So unless and until you've spent some money, and I'm not saying that, splash the cash and go broke. Allocate a certain budget and say, okay, I'm gonna try and get 200-300 clicks and see what happens, depending on obviously how expensive the click is, but it's all relative to every industry. And then see what happens, and then start to optimize by perhaps changing the ad copy for your ads, and also keep a close eye on the search term queries and add negative keywords in it. Okay, Rory, I know DSA are great for e-commerce sites with lots of products. However, would you suggest doing either search or display if we have the time? I use DSA for lead generation campaigns all the time, and it works pretty well most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, but you've got to try it. And for e-commerce also, yeah, of course it will. You can use DSA campaigns for that as well. But try for lead gen and see what happens. Okay. Mark, what you're saying is, from your experience, which one is more profitable, this or Skags? I prefer putting the time for my campaigns. I still don't rely on machine. Very true, but the machine is getting clever and more powerful day by day. I was talking to somebody earlier on, and I say that, look, though anyone who has seen the movie The Terminator, those machines keep getting up and getting better and better and keep coming at you. The humans cannot compete with them, and use the power of the AI and feed the right data in. If you feed that right data in, you are going to get the best of results from that. So yes, you heard it all over the internet, and everybody will have their own opinions about it, but you've got to try it yourself and then see whether it is profitable for you or not. Just like we rely on Google Maps to take us from A to B, you're relying on that same machine, the same artificial intelligence. And the good thing about these machines and AI is, let's say I'm going from A to B, and I know the route, but I've still put the maps on, right? And it suddenly starts to take us from a different route. And you wonder, why the hell is it taking us from that way? Because I know this is the best way. Because the machine knows that there is a traffic jam further ahead, which we don't know, and there will be delays. So it's taking us through a different route. And this is this is the perfect, and not the perfect, but the best analogy I would like to give is, machine knows that they've got so much data points on each one of us that there's no way in the world we can compete. I believe there's about 70 million or something obscene data points which it looks at before it decides to put somebody's ad in that auction. So it's crazy computing power, and there's no way in the world humans can compete with them. Rory, yes, machine learning is still questionable. I often see a lot of strange search terms for my exact match campaigns, which are Skags. You will see that, but then you just keep adding them as negative keywords and keep adding them to it to keep on optimizing, and that's how you will get better and better over a period of time. This debate argument and talk about man versus machine. We can be here all day long, but everybody will have their own answers. And my reply to all of you is you have to try it yourself. If it works, carry on using it. If it doesn't work, then you do something different. Do a different way of running these. Okay, RHJ visuals. How do you know when you have negative keywords within this system? Do you set alerts to notify you or check accounts several times a day? Not several times a day unless you are running a very big account, and also there is always a delay until the data comes in. But if it's a small account, you can quite easily do the search term queries every few days or once a week, and pretty much keep your account fairly and very optimized. So you don't need to be sitting in front of Google Ads all day long. And I always say that don't make too many changes too quickly. Let the algorithms learn and let them give them the time to run once you made these changes. Victor, how do you imagine the future of digital marketing with all this AI? I can't answer that. Where we'll be next month and a couple of months ahead? Forget the future. It's definitely not keyword based for sure. Keywords, I think, will probably be phased out over a period of time. That's where I see. That's my personal opinion. Victor, which steps do we need to give the right data? Well, first of all, you need to target your keywords. I mean, we're talking about normal campaigns and not DSA campaigns. So if you don't know which keywords to go for, all you do is set up a DSA campaign, let it run, and see which search terms are being shown for and which terms are converting, and you keep adding them to your search campaign. And that's how you will start getting these new search term queries which are being searched on Google. Because with the voice getting more and more popular, everybody talks into the devices in a different manner, different way. And this is how the DSA is able to fish those new search terms and expand your campaigns. And if your competitors are not doing this, then you're way ahead of the game. Okay, Mark, you're welcome. Appreciate your comment. When am I doing shopping campaigns? Smart shopping, you have got some questions. Yeah, I'll do shopping. Shopping is a little bit more, what you call it, not difficult, but you need to have the right feed. That is the key to a good shopping campaign. If your feed is not very well optimized, you will struggle. So make sure that your feed is set up as well as you possibly can, and you'll find that even smart shopping is in some of the accounts we have runs pretty well. Okay, I believe I have gone through all the questions. So thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll be here tomorrow same time at 5 o'clock. If you have any questions you want me to make a video about or you want answered, then send it across to me, and I'll do my best to create one for you. Till then, goodbye and stay safe, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.